Stuck at home and have absolutely nobody to get around to playing Smash Bros with? Well then, just get around to the internet and spend a fat unemployment check on a ton of Amiibo. That plastic craving will sure cure your introvertedness in no time, but it won't cure your unemployment crisis. That's why keeping them sealed is always the best route, because they'll most definitely inflate in price in the future and you can flip them for profit. Now if you do happen to be one of those froth unboxing scum who unbox their Amiibo to actually use, then you're in luck. Amiibo are capable of being trained in Smash Bros, specifically Smash 4 and Ultimate, and battle with, hence the Toys to Life moniker. Whether it be to piss your friends off with your little F-smashing cockroach, or to fulfill that one euphoria of actually having a friend, go seek counseling. Now what some of you might actually not have known is that there's actually an Amiibo training and fighting tournament scene that exists, and this is seriously a big deal. Like, this isn't even some Fight Club shit going on, it's a podium of virtual personality bending seriousness here.
Got a Link Amiibo.
Link from Hyrule versus, Ganondorf.
Alright, chat.
Alright, Dramatica aside, this video is going to be an introspective look on the wonderful and sweaty topic of the Amiibo altercation prize fighting scene. In other words, the Smash Bros. Amiibo tournament scene, and some of its many intricate details and posthumous work that goes on behind the scenes. So grab some popcorn and try not to get your Ocarina of Time Link Amiibo greasy, and let's get training here. So for a quick catch-up of the few who probably thought of Amiibo training involving putting your figures on a treadmill or bench session, no, it's much simpler than that.
Oh, hey there. Hey there. Exercising is just my little way of getting rid of the anxiety collected in me after unboxing an Amiibo, because unboxing is dreaded. Also, who needs Viagra anyway?
All you do is go to whatever Smash game you plan to train in and scan the Amiibo on the device. Simple stuff. Next, you must fight the Amiibo until it becomes level 50 and overexhausted and throat deep with spam. Either that, or you could just cheat and leave it there with a level 9 CPU on 99 stocks for about an hour and a half. I do not recommend or condone this, however, as the cheating is stupid and bummy. After the training, your Amiibo is ready to box. Straight out of the box, with other Amiibo of all kinds to further prove that keeping your Amiibo in the box just won't get you the box. Aside from the traditional training, there is another way to fight and train your Amiibo. You can equip it with spirits. Now, considering I haven't really played World of Light or even experimented with spirits in general, yeah, I know, 650 hours of this game and I still have no experience with these things, but I give you my best simplification on what they are and what they do. By definition, the spirits are characters that have specific boosts and attributes to them that will help your character in battle. Whether or not having a viable spirit setup, if considering the spirit blueprint, is even your niche, then that's entirely up to you and how you plan to study and set up your spirits, both figuratively and literally. Now, Amiibo tournaments will either allow spirit equipped Amiibo or not, and that is important to keep in mind, especially with the context and history of spirits in Amiibo tournaments. Many spirits are currently even banned, mostly involving super armor and auto healing mechanics, primarily due to having the matches either having one heavyweight outweigh the competition, or just making the matches really boring. Now that your Amiibo has been trained, we can get starting on the logistics of the actual tournament. Be the king of your elementary school cafeteria all you want, but there's actually a much bigger business with entering and experiencing a Smash Amiibo tournament. There are a couple of alternatives you can get your plastic embodiment of your sorrows to compete in. Those places being a nearby local tournament that happens to host these type of tourneys, or the obvious online convenience. How that online tournament even works is that one person TOs, and he has to be sent the files of the many trained Amiibo slave saves into a file where a TO on one console can randomly select and pit the Amiibo in a big arena. This is the standard, it seems, and it requires an Amiibo power save costing roughly $20 and lasting you longer than an argument with a Karen at a cashier, and a qualified slot placed into the tournament. Easy as training your Amiibo to spam. Keep in mind that if you were to ever join an Amiibo tournament, make sure your Amiibo follows the specific criteria and rulings for that specific tournament, if any, such as if spirits are allowed or banned and etc. First time at a tournament, you're most likely going to get crescendoed into a courage-lacking state you once sat in before you got your little ego boost, but hey, that's all part of the learning curve here. There's actually a huge science between what makes a good tournament-worthy Amiibo. There are personalities, or in other words, playstyles, which must be understood and trained not only within the Amiibo, but within yourself. You can be cautious and passive, or you can be reckless and greedy. Whatever playstyle your Amiibo mimics or is listed on some Reddit page is something that you must either help hone and master, or seek counseling because you might actually potentially be a psychopath. Another even deeper and astute study with training your Amiibo is making the Amiibo AI itself function and act to your every exact demand and command. For example, many trainers will overlook data, quirks, and habits an Amiibo develops, and push to seek what can be improved on with it and how it can be played at a high caliber. Trainers will even go as far as to reset all of their Amiibo data and progress once a new method is discovered within the Amiibo code. Not only this, but going even further down the rabbit hole will lead to the discipline of matchup and study and tier lists between Amiibo. In terms of tier list position for every Amiibo individuality performance, it's usually just Bowser featuring everybody else. It's not to say everyone doesn't have potential to be good, as new ground seems to be broken with Amiibo training all the time. Simple sounding until you realize the massive probability of Amiibo versus Amiibo fare that actually has to be studied. But beyond even that, there are like seriously 30 more sub-studies to learn about with the science of Amiibo training in tournaments. And I honestly thought that the Fibonacci sequence was more advanced, but Amiibo technical study is quite clearly a better major for me. I'm honestly surprised that this is not a college course class on its own. Regardless of how convoluted this or me sounds, just keep all these facts in mind, along with a calm mind, and along with another semester's worth of learning when going in and or training with Amiibo. Well, that's that. Those are some main and vital pieces of becoming an Amiibo trainer and champion at a Smash Amiibo tournament, so I'm done plagiarizing Kotaku and IGN articles for today, but in that regard, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe even learned a thing or two about Amiibo training in tournaments. This video was a bit foreign in concept to me, but I did my absolute best research on the topic and tried to simultaneously make it somewhat entertaining and understandable for unfamiliar gamers. I for one never knew that there is such a giant passion and love for the aspect of Amiibo training and battling, but I also felt like that was pretty cool to learn. With all that learning done, I bid you guys farewell, good luck at your first tourney, and until next time. You know, I wish my Amiibo would learn how to stop spamming. Come on, Crom, just one more bench. Why is this so hard for you?